Well, tonight, the Patriot League Championship game as Navy travels to Colgate looking to get back to the NCAA tournament for the first time in a couple of decades. Joining us now, man, who's a big part of the reason why he is there. He's a D.C. native. He is senior forward Richard Njoku, and he's with us now here on GCR. Richard, it's Glenn in Baltimore. It's great to chat with you, man. Thank you so much for taking a couple of minutes for us this morning.
I appreciate you having me on. Thank you.
Absolutely, man. Richard, can you take me back? I know you guys are still you're thinking about tonight. That's what matters. But can you take me back to Sunday? Holy crap, what a game! And specifically, when things went south at the end of regulation, right, where it looked like you guys had put it away, but they battled back. How did you guys pick yourselves back up in order to get the job done in overtime and not be overwhelmed by the fact that you had an opportunity that had kind of slipped away there?
Well, I think what all it comes down to is Coach D's always preaching next play, next possession, move on to the next thing. And that's what we just had to do. Faced with the overtime battle, we know we try to play the best defense we could in regulation. We came just a little bit short, and then we had another 5 minutes to get the job done. We just knew, looked beside each other, and so everyone on the team the same goal, same focus. Just win the game, next play, move on.
That's all that matters, right? It doesn't. Who cares
Absolutely.
what happened at the end of regulation? You guys are playing for a title. That's all that matters.
Yep.
Richard, you mentioned defense. It's been such a story for your team all season long, and you've been such a critical part of that, right? Can you take me through what the defensive mentality is for this team and why it seems like no matter where you are, no matter who the opponent is, you guys are able to lock in and get the job done defensively?
I think defense really starts with our main word that we always talk about is toughness. It's just being able to go for those loose balls. And every defensive possession matters. We pride ourselves on just being the best defensive team everywhere we step on court, and it really starts with us at practice. We're always screaming, always talking loud, making sure we understand assignments, and that just carries right into the game.
How much when you reference that you guys are like that in practice, does it ever does it ever get chippy? When guys are guarding and defending like that in practice, does it become a little bit of an intense scenario when you guys are doing that?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think that's what we pride ourselves is. It also brings together our connectivity as a team. Even though we get chippy at times or we're just talking, it's just the nature of the game. And then at the end of the day, we know it's all love between the lines.
No, no doubt, no doubt. Richard Njoku is with us again. Navy Colgate tonight for the Patriot League title. Richard, you guys obviously played them a couple times this season, and they got the best of you both times. What did you learn? We know this is a really good Colgate team. There's no debate about that. There's a reason why they're hosting this game, what they were able to do. But what did you learn from those two meetings that you feel like you can use in order for the outcome to be different tonight?
I think the biggest thing we learned is just as a team, we're right there. I think just defensively, we just a couple missed assignments, a couple made free throws, and we're just right there in the game. I think we just learned to just take our time with the game, just try to get a good feel for it, and just understand that it's our game. We can win, and we'll just show that tonight.
And obviously, you guys were right in there until the end, just a couple weeks ago when you guys played at the end of the regular season, right? Like that was clearly a very hard-fought game that probably showed you guys just how close you were to them.
Yeah, absolutely. I think like there was a big turnaround from the first game, which was about believe a 19-point loss, and
Yeah.
then the second game ended up losing by 5. Really just proved to the team it was like we're just a couple good possessions away from just being exactly where we are, and we're going to be able to prove that out tonight. I mean, it's huge for us as a team, just especially like playing a game like that in that atmosphere, it's being loud, just preparation for the championship.
Richard, you guys were so good a year ago, and unfortunately, you ran into, of course, we know what the world was like a year ago, and
Yep.
you guys ran into
hmm
some of those issues as you got to the Patriot League tournament. How much have you guys used what happened a year ago to fuel you throughout this season to say we're not going to allow ourselves to come up short again this year?
I think it's something that we started off with just beginning the season, is knowing we just had unfinished business, especially for me being a junior last year and Cam Davis being our senior. Just and being a part of me and Cam being the ones out was really disheartening. Understanding just how our team went out last year and just
Mm.
having that chip on our shoulder the whole season. Just understanding it's like we got somewhere where we need to be, and we just been chipping away at it every single time.
And obviously, here you are, right on the precipice of getting the job done and getting into the NCAA tournament. Richard Njoku is with us ahead of tonight's Patriot League tournament title game. Richard, what would it mean to you? I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but what would it mean to you as someone who chose to come to Navy out of a strong St. John's program, had options? to get this program back to the NCAA tournament, for knowing this is it for you. You don't get that, the option that other players around the country to take a fifth year. What would it mean to you to get into the NCAA tournament?
Honestly, it would mean everything. Just understand that all that hard work, all those 4 years, sacrifice, blood, sweat, and tears to this game, and for my teammates, this family that we've built, it would mean everything to be able to accomplish that championship goal tonight. I mean, we preach about it. It's been our main goal from the entire season, and just be able to seal the deal would be amazing.
Is there any thought for you that maybe you might be better off just playing with one shoe moving forward? Have you thought about that even a little bit as the season's gone on?
I don't like to get into my bag of secrets a little bit. But I mean, if it happens, it happens. You just continue to play on. You just move on to it. If the shoe stays on, it stays on. If it comes off, it comes off. Just be able to.
You got to work through
it. That little mentality, toughness.
You got it. I love that, man. Now, maybe this might be interesting. Perhaps like in the middle of a defensive set tonight, if the game's tight, perhaps you just take the shoe off, see if it distracts them, knowing you can handle yourself no problem, and see if maybe they end up throwing the ball away because they're so confused by what you're doing.
Hey, man, you never know what can happen. You never know what can happen. But if it does, you're first.
If you didn't see a couple weeks ago, Richard lost his shoe coming down the floor and just tossed it aside. Which, by the way, had that ever happened? It seemed like you were so comfortable in that moment. Had that ever happened to you before?
I'm going to be honest with you. That's never happened to me before. So it's just kind of like an instinct thing. My body just reacted, and I was just ready to continue to play.
It worked out perfectly, man. It worked out perfectly. Hey, Richard, for those that don't know your story, why was the Naval Academy the right spot for you? It is very much unlike anywhere else that you could go to continue your basketball career. Why was it the spot for you, and what have these 4 years meant to you, not just from a basketball standpoint, but from obviously what it is that you're doing now for the rest of your life?
I think it really stems from just my background, being born from 2 Nigerian immigrants, just being able to give back to the country has given me and my family so much. It's just been an awesome experience. So when I saw that Navy offer, I was considered it a lot. And to be here 4 years later, about to become an officer in the Navy, has just been a journey and an honor, especially just to be with my teammates, especially with my other seniors, John, Christian, and Greg. Just being able to further our commitment to our country has been awesome.
Is it something that takes on a whole new light, knowing what's going on in the world right now? Like, how much do you – obviously, you're worried about basketball in the moment, but there's a reality that's out there, and clearly it's far different for you. No offense to the Colgate guys, but they don't have to think about the same way that you do. Like, is it something that – is the reality of that something that you've had to think about a little bit more in recent weeks?
Definitely. Just sitting and talking with the seniors is something that we definitely do talk about, because it's something we're about to jump into very soon. And just also having an understanding is, like, as much as we love the sport we're playing, we're called to something higher to that.
Yeah.
So it's just really just taking our time and understanding, being blessed with what we have right now, and then looking forward to the future.
Well, we're going to root for you anyway, but I just want you to know how grateful we are that you approach things that way, and what you're willing to do for the rest of us. It's truly incredible, Richard.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I did. Did you get a chance to watch the women the other night? Were you watching live as Jen hit that shot?
Absolutely. The whole team was on the bus watching it.
Dude.
It was awesome. You hear her screaming on the bus.
What was that like? I mean, y'all just high-fiving and losing your minds as you're watching that unfold?
Yeah, I mean, and so the guys in the upper half of the bus, they had it on 5 seconds faster, so they were screaming. We're like, "Oh, don't tell us, don't tell us!" The guys in the back were just like, "Oh my God!" And it was surreal.
That's cool,
and
man.
To see her make that shot and the season she's had so far, it's just been amazing.
I wanted to give you an opportunity, because I noticed on social media you have really gassed her up a lot. Like you've sent out a lot of retweets over the years. For people that don't know. Like how special is Jen as a player, and how cool has it been for you to develop a relationship like that?
I mean, Jen's an awesome player and an awesome person. I mean, just to call her as a friend and just know that she really is a dog on the basketball court. I mean, she plays every game with her whole heart out. So even the last game when they played at home for their first round matchup, the guys were in there, were cheering, screaming. She was playing the same way she normally plays, put on the show, and it was just awesome to see.
That's awesome.
And to see her just grow as a player over the past 4 years has been amazing.
That's incredible, man. Richard Njoku, tonight, Navy, Colgate, Patriot League championship game. Going to be a raucous atmosphere on the road. That's the way it works in the Patriot League. You get the 1 seed, you get the right to host the game. You know what you're going to be up against. Richard, social media-wise, what can we plug for you? Twitter, Instagram, anything along those lines?
My Twitter is at BigRich32. And that's the same for my Instagram as well.
Give him a follow on there, and make sure you're tuned in tonight, 7:30 on CBS Sports Network for the Patriot League title game. Richard Njoku, best of luck tonight, man. Go get him. Maybe we'll be talking again about you guys getting ready for the NCAA tournament, and thank you for taking a couple of minutes for us on game day this morning, all right?
Absolutely. I really appreciate it.